Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. So the new update has dropped today, and I managed to buy the J-16 and Su-30SM2 at the same time. And I'll be reviewing the J-16 first, before the Su-30SM2. So let us get straight into it. The J-16 is a Tier 8 fighter aircraft located in the Special Tech tree. It sits next to the J-11BG and costs 45,000 coins. This plane is probably the best flanker for top tier because of its good radar and weapon set, which I'll cover later on in the video. First, let's cover its flight performance. For this tier, the J-16 shows incredible performance as I expected. Go check out my speculation video on the J-16 if you haven't yet, since I explained my expectation there on the J-16's performance, and it sure did deliver anyway back to the J-16. This flanker has a good turn rate with the J-11BG barely beating it by a 0.4 degree. The J-16 has a slightly worse thrust to weight of 1.34, but it still climbs well. It also is no slouch in duels, and make sure to stick to one circle fight. For our IR category, we only have one missile available, that being the PL-10. The PL-10 is the Chinese version of the IRIST. It is a very good IR missile to use since it has low capability of around 19 nautical miles max. Not only that, you also have a high G pull, making it very competitive. Do get this missile. Moving on to the radar missiles, your stock missile is the PL-12. The PL-12 is your stock missile for the J-16. I will say, do not use this missile if the J-16 is your first top-tier jet. The PL-12 is an equivalent to the AIM-120B. It uses the AIR-77 radar set and is easy to notch. Avoid this missile. It's uncompetitive. I recommend moving to down tiers like Tier 7 first to grind for the PL-12A and PL-15. For the second radar missile, you get the PL-12A. The PL-12A is your second radar missile for the J-16. It is a much better version of the original PL-12. It no longer uses the AIR-77 radar and uses its own Chinese technology. This missile has better range effectiveness, lower active range, and is also harder to notch than the PL-12. This is basically an AIM-120C7 equivalent. Do get this missile. For the last radar missile, you get the PL-15. The PL-15 is an absolute unit of a radar-guided missile. This is hands down the best Chinese missile. It has data link capability, and the main thing is that this has LPI, which means low probability of intercept, which means the missile can sometimes pop off your RWR when active and then pop back up again, making it very hard to notch. Get this missile. I won't be covering the bombs since I am not using the J-16 for bombing, since top tier is all about BVR, and bombing would be absolute pain. For the radar, the J-16 uses the Type 1493 DAESA radar, which blew my mind since I was expecting it to have 165, or at least 179 nautical miles of range, but no, it has 205 nautical miles, which is incredibly good range and beats the J-11BG's radar range. Overall, pairing it with its armament, The J-16 is a dominant BVR aircraft. The radar has a 140 by 140 scan of width by height, which is above average, but you still can't guide a missile while notching. It's still a good radar overall though, no doubt about it. For the air WR, the J-16 uses the KJ860C, which is the same RWR with the J-11BG and J-10C. The RWR is good for this tier, and it does have notch lines so players can go to the respective 90-degree angle notch position. I'd say this is a sort of user-friendly RWR. Now, let's move on to the gameplay.
it okay if I touch you?
What did he say?
J-16 worth your coins? Yes. 100% yes. Make it 1000% yes. It is an absolute BVR unit. If you're looking for a BVR aircraft, definitely get the J-16. It'll serve you well. The radar and weapons are pretty much top-notch, which make this plane very competitive. That is all. Thank you all for watching, and see you in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much.